Hello and welcome to Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. Since the beginning, planet Earth has been continuously evolving, from our continents to our oceans to our natural resources, which includes air, mineral, plants, soil, water, and wildlife. Although the continued human population growth has led to unsustainable rates of consumption of Earth's natural resources, increase of pollution, and solid waste. Because of this, the U.S. government implemented conservation and preservation programs that protects our wilderness, natural resources, and wildlife. In 2007, Cox Enterprises launched Cox Conserves Initiative, supported through the efforts of Cox employees, volunteers, and partners. Take a look.
Cox Conserves is our corporate initiative started more than 20 years ago to make sure that our employees and our communities understand that our company is committed to some pretty ambitious goals: to be carbon and water neutral by 2044 and to be zero waste to landfill by 2024. We think those are very important goals for us as a company and as an environmental steward and as part of a larger corporate environment, and we're committed to that. Cox Conserves is the umbrella that helps us do that and helps us communicate that to our stakeholders, our employees, and our communities.
Partners like Cox Communications are one of the ones that is really embracing moving conservation forward and sustainability, not only for our natural environment, but also for our species, the human species. And one of the great things about having Cox as a partner is they're one of the organizations that makes it possible for us to send over 1,000 youth through our STEM education program every year, exposing them to the amazing opportunities that come through science and learning.
It really goes back to who we are as a company. Governor Cox founded this company and left it in his will that we were supposed to take care of the communities that we serve. We do that in a lot of different ways, but one way through Cox Conserves is through our sustainability efforts. We want to be good corporate citizens. We want to be good stewards of the environment. We want to take care of the communities where we all live and work and do business, and Cox Conserves is a great way for us to do that. Our employees are great because they really buy into what we're trying to do with Cox Conserves. They get out a lot in our communities, do a lot of environmental projects, not only just around Earth Day or America Recycles Day, but throughout the year. We do river cleanups, park cleanups, anything we can do to engage our employees to show, hey, this is important to us, it's important to our communities. And if you work here at Cox, you really understand that giving back to your community is a very important thing. Cox Conserves is one small part of that, but it has a really big impact. The Cox Conserves Hero is another really cool initiative where we look for local people in several of our markets across the country who are doing the hard grassroots effort of sustainability every day and maybe don't get the kind of exposure or the celebration that they should. So Cox Conserves Heroes shines a light on those folks who are working every day in their communities to clean things up, to make for a better environment and a better community. And among the 8 regional winners, one is chosen as the overall Cox Conserves winner. Our local winners all get $10,000 to be donated to the charity of their choice in the sustainability space, and our national winner gets $50,000 to donate. So we're really making a serious commitment to conservation through the Cox Conserves Hero platform.
Through Cox's support of our STEM education programs and Cox Conserves, we've been able to bring great credibility to a lot of our programs. When we go out to other partners like the Thunderbird Charities, APS, and we let them know that Cox is one of our supporters, it really provides us with a great introduction to be able to grow the programs even more.
We know that to reach our sustainability goals for our company and for our communities, it's going to take 1 million tiny decisions by each of us every single day. So we're asking our employees, as part of our Cox Conserves Council here in the Southwest region, to just make one decision at a time, because we know that if our 5,000 employees in the Southwest region each make one decision, that has a big ripple effect. If all of our employees across the country inspire all of the people in our communities to just make one small decision, it can have a big ripple effect down the line.
The path to reaching these goals begins with a simple philosophy that actions, not words, define success. Cox Conserves is committed to a more sustainable future and has put this commitment into action. Everyone at Cox plays a role. That's why the company made it a priority to inspire and engage its employees through constant research for new sustainable technologies and programs that help create environmental solutions. We'll be back with more on Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More. We're here at the McDowell Sonoran Preserve enjoying 30,000 acres of pristine Sonoran desert and celebrating Cox Conserves. In the past decade, Cox Conserves and its affiliated foundations have invested more than $100 million in sustainability and conservation through operations projects and grants to environmental nonprofits. In addition, Cox Enterprise and the Trust for Public Land developed the Cox Conserves Heroes Award Program, a program that honors the unsung heroes in our communities, as well as supporting our local organizations that are improving our environment. Now let's hear from Diana Christopoulos from Virginia, the 2019 National Cox Conserves Hero winner. Take a look.
When Diana came to the Roanoke Valley, she immediately made a splash with all kinds of environmental causes, carbon footprint reduction and global warming issues and the Appalachian Trail.
I nominated her because she's been the leader of the environmental movement in Western Virginia for the 15 years that she's lived here. She's out on the Appalachian Trail every weekend and probably in between. She's got so much energy. She's just amazing, and then smart.
The protection of the views and the wildlife and the trail and the communities around them, to me, is a worthy thing to do. So I'm really happy to be able to win something, doing something I do for free and would always do for free, and now be able to give back.
The Appalachian Trail is an iconic international destination for outdoor recreation. So preserving that through community-based conservation initiatives like the one Diana leads is key to making sure that the AT is a viable resource for everybody going forward.
Virginia has over 500 miles of the entire Appalachian Trail, about a fourth of the whole trail. And we are working, we volunteers and staff, with a lot of groups, including land trusts, to put conservation easements and other protections to purchase lands around the Appalachian Trail in communities that are threatened by various types of developments to protect those lands forever, for the future.
Yeah, I think Diana is a visionary. I mean, she has an incredibly positive attitude in the face of big problems, and just a can-do spirit, and she's always looking for a solution.
The people come here for the Triple Crown on the Appalachian Trail, which is Dragon's Tooth, Tinker Cliffs, and McAfee's Knob, which is probably the most photographed view on the entire Appalachian Trail. So we want to really protect this backdrop to our daily lives while we still can.
It's a national treasure, this section of the Appalachian Trail. We see people in the parking lot with license plates from like 30, 40 states sometimes. I think one person can absolutely make an impact on the world, especially if they have the kind of determination and the skills that Diana has to bring other people together and inspire others to really rally around a cause.
I'd say it's absolutely possible for one person to make a difference, especially in what we do. Ever since I met Diana, it's been wonderful to have her to look up to as another woman in conservation. She's a role model. I do want to be her when I grow up and be as accomplished as she is.
The dream that Benton Mackay had in the early 1920s when he came up with the idea of the Appalachian Trail is that we need a refuge from urban life. Is wonderful in a lot of ways, but at the same time, we still need to be able to go back to nature and get the peace and comfort that we find there. And so if we don't do something now, particularly on the East Coast, then we will lose it. And once we lose it, it's gone.
To date, the National Cox Conserves Heroes program has donated $990,000 to environmental nonprofits and honored more than 200 volunteers. Part of the Cox Enterprises National Cox Conserve Sustainability Program, Cox Conserves Heroes awarded volunteers from Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Washington. And speaking of Arizona and Idaho, we had a chance to visit with their Cox Conserves Heroes. Take a look.
Tucson is a beautiful mountain valley, and part of its prosperity and its future has to do with us taking care of that. I'm Mike Beerer. I'm with Serve Tucson. Our vision is to beautify the city and make the environment better. About 8 years ago, there was a downturn in the economy and a lot of people were complaining about messes in the city. Some of them were right in front of schools. When things look bad, people are just down. They don't have hope. And I saw them and I thought, well, I can do something about that. So I rallied people to get a project done at a school, and it went real well. From there, it's just kept going. So we clean up messes, and we paint things, and we work in gardens, we plant trees. We've been to over 50 schools, many neighborhoods. Our goal is to involve more people and be seen by people so people will copy our actions. And through that, we're building connections all over the city.
Groups like you make these projects happen. And then other people join in, and then we cause a splash and make a presence.
We're partnering with the Tucson Homeless Work Program, and it's to get homeless people who are out panhandling on the streets, invite them to go out and work for minimum wage and clean up messes around the city. This money would really go to a great cause to keep this great program going for more years and partnering with us. We love the fact that years later I can go back to some of the big messy areas that we've cleaned before and see that they're still clean. Somebody has kept that going. People have told us, you've brought hope to our school, to our neighborhood. We're just glad to be a part of that.
My name is Erica Greenberg, and I'm the advisor for the Water Club. Water Club was started around 2008-2009 with students who wanted to take the lead. We've done projects with the Hunger Coalition, Sun Valley Center for the Arts, the county commissioners, and City of Healing. I got involved because students wanted to be involved, and I think that we can empower our students to be change makers, but a lot of these kids don't have the legal right to vote yet. So we take their ideas and help them make connections with people in the community and empower them to have a voice. It's gone from small plant a tree, small hand out a reusable bag, to introducing legislation, inspiring people to plant the seedlings that we've grown in their yards to promote the health of bees. Our kids grow up here, and we want them to live in a beautiful place and appreciate the places that aren't right here, because our trash doesn't always end up in our backyard. They're students who care, and they want what's best for where we live, and they appreciate where we live, and that something that we can do really small here makes a change. It makes an impact, and it's important.
During the month of July, each of the 9 Cox markets will issue a call for nominees to the public. So if you'd like to nominate your hero, go to Cox Conserves Heroes. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Doing More, where we shine a light on the good things happening in our communities. We're here at the McDowell Sonoran Preserve, surrounded by nature trails, local birds, and native history. The McDowell Sonoran Conservancy is always seeking support. If you'd like to become a volunteer, partner, or sponsor, just go to mcdowellsonoran.org/support for more information. We also had the honor of visiting Louisiana and California's Cox Conserves Heroes. Take a look.
What got me first excited about this was visiting New York, and when I saw that Central Park was only 750 acres, and I thought about a community the size of Lafayette preserving 100 acres, and the impact that it can have, and that were we not to do this, once it's gone and it's developed into something else, we'll never get this opportunity again. And so this opportunity only came once, and it was something that I felt like and the board felt like, and thankfully the leadership at UL and at the city saw this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something great. It's one of the few things that you do where you create something that a grandfather and a daughter and a granddaughter can go out and enjoy any day of the week, any time of the year. It's something that people can use as a respite to deal with day-to-day life and to make their lives better.
It would be fabulous to win the award. We would be able to elevate the issue of urban runoff and pollution of the ocean to a national stage. We will also be able to expand all of our projects to other watersheds, not just the Aliso watershed, and help other communities accomplish the same thing. $50,000 would enable us to do tremendous things and go far beyond what we've accomplished even now. We would be able to elevate our campaign of zero liquid discharge to the ocean so that when people go to the beach, they're safe. When their children play along the shore, they're safe. This is an incredibly important campaign for all of us in the United States to accomplish and around the world.
What a great example of Cox Conserves Heroes doing more. We also traveled to the Boys and Girls Club where the youth put together Kano computer kits. Take a look.
Today we are happy to have this amazing opportunity with Boys and Girls Club of Metro Phoenix along with Cox Communications. They have actually come out with about 20 volunteers today at our Cartwright School site, and they are providing a computer build with our students and members of the Cartwright School District. We have Palm Lane and Cartwright that have joined together along with the volunteers, as we mentioned, and they have computer kits that they're unboxing and putting together these brand new computers, fully functional, fully operational, and just a great opportunity in terms of not only are we doing things on a day-to-day basis when we're just on the computer surfing the web or we're just gaming. The kids and our students are actually having an opportunity to create this piece by piece and something that they'll be able to continue to use as we go further. The kids are jumping on it like it's no problem. They're going through their little book, they're following details. The volunteers are doing a great job pointing out and giving them the right direction as far as what they need to do to put them together. So basically every piece from the keyboard to the screen, it's all there in a small kit, and they are just having an absolute blast putting it together, and it's really fun to watch them actually complete these projects. They're working together as members and students. Again, they're working with their volunteers to put these computers together, and again, just to be able to see the smile on their face and see how excited they are to put these things together and see what the finished product looks like, it's very rewarding, I'm sure, on multiple levels. How many kids can actually say, I'm building a computer, or I know how to put a computer together? You can't always say that all the time. I'm an adult, I can't say that I know how to put a computer together, but to see them actually putting these computers together, working in teams, working in groups, and working collectively is so cool to see the teamwork and the team building that's going into this project today. Again, a huge thanks to Cox Communications for allowing us and giving us this opportunity to present these to the kids of our community.
Everyone on, we're so excited to be continuing our partnership with Cox Communications. For over 6 years now, we've been working very closely across the country to ensure that people, especially low-income communities, have access to affordable internet service. And so through Connect to Compete, in partnership with Cox, we've been able to bring this low-cost product to communities across the country. Thousands of families have been connected thanks to the investment that Cox is making to ensure we're bridging the digital divide. And today was, I think, a highlight, given that we're going beyond the connectivity solution and making sure that we're bringing actual tech skills trainings to young people who are also probably beneficiaries from Connect to Compete. So we're addressing the three legs of the stools of the digital inclusion issue, which is connectivity, devices, and training.
Such an amazing story of empowerment and success. We'll be back with more on Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More, where we've been celebrating our Cox Conserves Heroes, heroes that are preserving and enhancing the shared outdoor spaces in our communities. We also traveled to San Diego, California, where homeless men and women are provided an opportunity to make a positive change in the community through the Wheels of Change initiative. Take a look.
Step up, just call me, KB.
So, you know, we're coming to your community to clean it up. You know, we're breaking that stereotype of what a homeless person is, this subculture of society. We're just brothers, sisters, mom, dad, grandmas, and grandpas, being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, left-hand side, don't forget weave in and out of cars. No jaywalking, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
You see any cigarette butts, pick up cigarette butts. But ain't no race, y'all.
The difference between Alpha Project and others is, as I said, we have 2 elementary schools here, a half a block away from us. We maintain those campuses. We mentor those kids. We make sure that there's no drug dealing, drug use, encampments around their facilities, or anywhere in our neighborhood. We self-police, and that's all a testament to the folks here that used to be out there.
Watch out for sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed's, you know, once again, he's a perfect example of the quality, the caliber of the men and women that have been outside on the streets.
Here in San Diego for over 50 years, raised in Chula Vista, went to Bonita Vista High School, class of 77, have worked all my life since 1975. But suddenly in 2016, the winter, we had that flu that came through. Over 300 San Diegans died. I apparently was struck with it, and through whatever complications happened, as it turned out, I had a stroke. I was bleeding in my brain, and I lost all muscle control. It's a nightmare, and it just suddenly happens, as it can to any American, and it's one of the things you never think will happen to you, but it can.
The onus of responsibility need to go to our folks like Ed, people you've seen here that have tremendous skill, tremendous wisdom, and give them the opportunity to shine. It's that peer-to-peer support, talking to the folks out there and bringing folks in here to start the process.
Let's go.
KB wants us to be safe. He wants it to be fun, if at all possible, but we're also communicating with each other in the field when we're out there, taking care of San Diego, and we're cleaning it up. We're also giving solutions to each other, talking to each other about how did you get here? Where's your family? What do you hope for?
Society as a whole and citizens, certainly San Diegans, are so willing to help if they can see positivity, if they can see change, if they can see a reward or benefit from that help. Wheels of Change is the perfect example. You know, these are $5 donations, $10 donations to get our people out there, and they can see these folks making a difference. They can see the pride that our folks have that are here, not only cleaning up the communities, but mentoring peer-to-peer with the folks they've maybe been camping with for 20 years.
On behalf of our project, good job today. For the Go Do Lunch, good job. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen.
When they come back in from work, it's phenomenal to see, you know, homeowners came out and say, hey, we're so happy you're here. God bless you. Businesses coming out bringing waters, and to have these communities come and neighborhoods come and embrace you, say thank you for being here. Man, that's a huge paradigm shift.
I want to thank the McDowell Sonoran Conservancy, Cox Enterprise, and Cox Conserves Heroes for inviting us to this beautiful preserve today. Imagine what would happen if we worked together on things that really matter. What if we reduce, reuse, and recycle? Just imagine the positive environmental change we can create in our communities. Just imagine how we can change our lives and our environment forever. I'm Erica Cardenas. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.